Hello, feline friends. We are back with another cat grooming story for you. This is Goose, who is a large domestic male who was a community stray cat brought into us by our local animal shelter. His tail is particularly inflamed and really bad, so I'm trying to evaluate it here before putting any kind of shampoo on it. I want to make sure there's no open wounds, and then we're going to jump right in with a nail trim. And honestly, the shelter is already taking care of most of these, so I'm just taking off the very tips for my own safety. Now for his tail, we're going to go ahead and treat it with a degreasing cream. It's made by Prestep Farber, and we just need to let it sit for a little bit, really working it down to the skin. Transition him into the tub and get started rinsing. I was absolutely floored. I was like, oh my gosh, get a close up. This is going to be a gorgeous coat. This kid really is doing fantastic in the tub. He's alert, he's looking around. He is looking for maybe ways to slide out or escape the tub, but he's not really jumping or frantic or panicked or anything like that. So we're just kind of taking it, one step at a time. He's a little tense, but he's overall doing really good. I want to really work this back hip area where he's got some matting in there. So I'm doing several shampoo rounds there in particular, kind of saving his tail for last because he was so sensitive with it. You can really start to see the difference here. His body is all white and his tail is still very gray. So even the shelter, when they came to pick him up, were like, wow, we thought he was a gray cat. So this cat is absolutely gorgeous underneath, and we're just now starting to reveal that. We start doing this tail. We end up, he actually ended up enjoying this part. And so I went ahead and did several extra rinses and scrubs. I think once the water hit it, it was very comforting. And so he actually calmed really well for that. His face, we just did a brief little tidy up with a cloth because he wasn't really having it near his ears. His ears are really bothering him. So because his ears are bothering him, we're going to take the time to go ahead and do a scope with them. This doesn't go deep into the ear canal. It's really just surface. This is intended, one, to make sure that we're not looking at ear mites, but also checking out, making sure we're not dealing with infection or something that would be really sensitive for them. This is great for clients. It's great for being able to refer them to a vet. The shelter is already aware of this, and they've already pre-treated his ears, and his teeth were pretty bad, so we checked those out at this time too. Now, when we reported this to them, obviously they were already aware of it. They're doing a great job over there. He has a dental scheduled in the near future. Okay, shifting over to the dryer. We are doing this in our catty shack just because there is a lot of fur coming off this boy. White cats, I swear, tend to just shed so much more. That's not scientifically proven. I'm just telling you. That's what I see as a groomer. Now, he is doing fantastic. He's really just kind of absorbing what we're doing. He's not panicked or stressed, just sitting there, really observing, looking around. He would like to find an exit if he could, but generally, he's really chill with what we're doing. Now, I like to say the dryer is where the magic happens. This is where we can see all the way down to the skin because that wind is really separating the hair all the way out. We can really spot those chunky mats sitting in there. The larger ones, I'm going to go ahead and just shell out real quick with clippers. I don't want to be yanking on him. The rest of the small ones I can comb out pretty easily, and he's tolerating it pretty well. Drying his underside, he is kind of being a little stinker for, so I went ahead and took him out of the catty shack, and we're just going to blow dry him while he's in my lap. Of course, I forgot to put my mask on, and Justin totally surprise attacked me. Now, as I'm blow drying, I do notice his feet. They're pretty cracked up and definitely need some moisturizing. There's a few things we can do for this. I ended up just putting a little Paw Balm on it that's safe for kitties, and then resuming the rest of the groom. And of course, by this point, he is getting a little wiggly on me. He wants to go ahead and escape. He's kind of over my brushing and combing through shenanigans, so using a lot of rotation and movement to kind of just distract him while we keep going. And while he's doing a good job, I know my timer is starting to run out, so I'm going to quickly get through the rest of this comb out. And then I'm going to choose to not de-shed him because an extra de-shed is another step of tools. And honestly, so much hair already came out in the bath and blow dryer that he is going to have enough lasting relief for at least the next 4 to 6 weeks without having a lot of shed. Now, this is something that we can certainly add on in the future if whoever adopts him ends up wanting that to help with just, shed control around the house and stuff like that. Okay, now this sweet boy is done, and he is all about these treats. We did a salmon flavored treat for him today, and he just absolutely soaked that up. Lots of purring, really chilling, hanging out. I'm just talking to him, giving him sweet lovin's, making sure that he's got some one-on-one attention before going back to the shelter. I tried putting him back in a kennel after this, and he just meowed and wanted out. And I was like, you know what? It's cool. He's my last cat of the day. I was going to clean, but I took the time to snuggle with him instead. And so that's what we did. Here is his fantastic before and after. You can really see the difference. Mr. Goose had a little photo session, and he is phenomenally adorable. Now, if you can, go to your local animal shelter wherever you are in the world and see if there's ways that you can help. We chose to work with this particular shelter because they are part of the Million Cat Challenge. And in the Million Cat Challenge, one of the core principles is providing positive alternatives to keep cats in homes or communities whenever admission to a shelter just really isn't the best choice. As cat behaviorists here, we love seeing that mission being played out in real time, with real resources being put behind that, as that's one of our core missions here at Sweet Whiskers as well. This has been expert cat care that you can trust with Sweet Whiskers. Tune in next time for more cat-tastic content.